Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. So we'll go to the part 7 of exam questions. Just want to mention one thing. Obviously, if you comment on the video, and if you think the answer is not right, please mention your answers at the bottom in the comment instead of just asking me or asking yourself of looking for it, because different people got different answers. And even the Microsoft exam, if you got one question in one time and let's say you don't pass it, and the next time comes the same question and you answer to different time to different answers, then probably system takes you automatically, but you need to be very close to the answer. So let's go to the questions. Question number 46. You implementing the dynamic business central and creating expense account for office supplies and chartered accounts. The account may be used for purchase invoice transaction as well, and as general transactions you need to configure remaining options. So this is going to be a drop down list. You'll have account category, and then you have 3-4 options there: income, balance, and balance sheet, income statement, and direct posting. So the answer would be, for this question, expense. You select expense there, and then you select income statement and direct posting, yes. The next question says, you are implementing Dynamics 365 Business Central for a customer. The local currency code LCY for the company is set to US dollars. The customer plans to set up a bank account. The customer provides the following information: income, account number, name, address, and bank account posting group, and the account must meet the following requirement: US dollars and 9074 as the number of next bank account statement for the reconciliation in Business Central. So same, you'll have the drop down list, and you'll have to they will ask you currency code and your last statement number. Obviously the last statement number will be 9074, and obviously currency for the bank account is the default currency of the company. You leave the currency code blank. So that's the answer, and that's the answer. Question number 48. You are setting up Dynamics 365 Business Central. You need to define the direct cost applied account. Where should you define the account for direct cost applied? Item cards, inventory posting setup, journal posting setup, vendor posting groups. So the answer would be journal posting setup, where you actually define the direct cost applied. Question number 50. A company plans to verify that purchase invoices use agreed upon prices and discounts. The company is configuring settings on a vendor card. The company receives a validation error when creating purchase order for vendor. You need to find out which setting is caused the validation error, which configuration. Obviously you need to check the configurations from there. So you need to actually go to the vendor posting group and check the configuration. Why is the error coming up? You're setting up the journals and batches for an accounting department. The accounting department has multiple users who will work simultaneously within different journals. You need to set up different journal templates and batches for each user according to the company's requirement. Which option should you use? And the correct answer, okay, you may need to drag and drop, so that will be drag and drop. So you'll have 3 options like that. That'll be requirement, and then you will have the options here, and then you'll have to drag and drop for these requirements, and the option will be here as a box. So you've got these options. So pre-fill the amount on journal lines based on the document number. So from these, it says suggest balanced amount, assign document number to ledger entries independently from the user journal batch. That'll be posting number series, and balance the journal lines by document type. That'll be force document balances. Different people said different things about these answers, so you need to check the answers on Microsoft website to confirm, pre-confirm the answers, but for me it was the correct answer. Drag and drop again. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central. You need to configure payment term with the correct due date calculation formula, what should you do? So you'll have each answers here, and then obviously the values there you probably have to drag and drop from here to there. So there'll be 3 boxes here. Let me make this green so you can actually see properly. Right, so you need to drag and drop these in front of these, which one is correct. So it's automatically that the 10 days from today will be D10 as answer. The next 10 day of the next month, that will be 10D, and 1 month plus that is, you can see it's very obvious. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central for their receivables. The company must mark any automatically matched payments to open invoices as not requiring a review if they match the highest degree of confidence that the 2 transactions are a match. You need to configure payment matching rules. Which 3 criteria? Obviously you need to pick up 3. So we chose statement amount, C related party field, and E transaction tax. This question is a bit confusing as well. You must just recheck here on Microsoft website. Drag and drop again. You're implementing Dynamics 365 Business Central. The accounting manager for the company provides you with a chart of accounts. You need to set up the journal ledger account correctly. So which option you're going to choose? So obviously it's going to be a drag and drop again. And you will have another box on this side, so you need to drag these in front of that, which one is correct. The balance on the journal ledger account, for that you select the direct posting. For inventory, well, account must be the balance on the journal ledger account for the inventory must match the sum of all values entries on the item card, so that's a 1 line, I think. And this is one whole option, so we can segregate it. So right, it's correct now. I think it should be 4 options, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yeah, so the general ledger account must be reported on one of the financial, just change the spelling, statements reports. That will be account category or subcategory, should be any category there. The general ledger account must summarize the balance of other general accounts. So that should be account type. What kind of account is that? Where you want to summarize all the balances. And the general ledger account must be closed during year-end closing procedures. That should be income or bank income balance. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central, and which field is used to calculate the due date based on the payment terms, and that's option D, document date. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central. All activity in the system is based on the company's local currency. Sales invoices or invoice must be rounded to the nearest interval based on amount. You need to complete the configuration. So what should you want? Configuration. So we're choosing the configuration is journal ledger setup, where you actually put the details of nearest intervals and everything. So the B is the option. Company has been using Dynamics 365 Business Central for many years. A new accounting manager for the company reviews the chart of accounts. The manager wants to remove some journal ledger accounts. The check GL amount, account usage field is selected in journal ledger setup. Okay, you need to assist with the account deletion. So you got these 4 options, and we selected the account cannot have a balance amount. And yeah, it's because of that. The manager wants to remove some journal ledger entries, so you can only remove it when the account cannot have a balance. So the option is option A. Question number 58. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central. You manage customer master data for the company. You need to create new customer. What are 3 possibilities? So question like these, you need to double check it, because different people got different options and they know according to their experience. So we selected here B on the contact page, select create a customer, and then C on the configuration tab that had rows for the customer table, select the create instance, and the D on the customer card, select apply template. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central. You must create a general ledger account and define the general ledger account as a purchase account for general ledger transactions. So which configuration you're going to choose? We chose configuration C. Link combination of general business posting group and general posting product posting group to a purchase account. I'm not going to Business Central at the moment because it takes ages and the video is going to be very long. So basically I just want to show you the answer to questions which you can all see yourself as well. So you're setting up new customer and items in Dynamics 365 Business Central. You need to configure the system. Which posting group should you use? Yeah, so you need to drag and drop, and that should be green. So that should be posting groups here. So identify income statement account used for customer transactions. So customer transactions, it's always just go back again. Sorry. Right, it comes as general business posting group for income statement account used for customer transactions, because this is income statement obviously in accounts for customers. Second one is an identify balance sheet account used for customer transactions, and that will be the customer. And then identify income statement account used for the item transactions, and that's journal product posting group. And identify balance sheet account used for item transactions, that is inventory. So just remember that when it's income statement and they ask you to identify that, it's just a shortcut. You can say that. You can choose actually the journal business postings and journal product postings, and when it says balance sheet you can put customer and inventory. 61 company implements Dynamics 365 Business Central. You need to create a new payment term record to meet the following requirement. Ensure that the due date for all, let me just change this first. So ensure that the due date for all vendor invoices is 30 days. Grant vendors a 2% discount if an invoice is paid within 10 days. So as I said before, different people got different options for these long questions, like where you have to select three options maximum. And that's B, set the value of discount date calculation field to 10 days, and then C, set the value of the discount field to 2 days. While 2, and D, set the value of the discount field to 10. So B shows discount date calculation field, that's a different field, 10 days, because it says 10 days, and then discount should be 2%, that's the discount is showing up, and the D is showing 30 days because it's asked for 30 days as well. A company is implementing Business Central. Vendor open balances need to be posted to the journal GL account directly by using the general journals. So what do? You do the direct posting. That will obviously post. That will satisfy this criteria here. A company uses 365 Business Central. User posts a sales invoice document that has an incorrect dimension value. Dimensions are very important in Business Central. You need to dig down, learn everything about the dimensions, because you get few questions, like 3-4 questions in the exam. You need to update general ledger entries with the correct dimension value without inserting the new ledger entries. Here I put the explanation as well why you need to select a correct dimension, so you can read it yourself. Drag and drop again. A company uses Business Central. You need to configure the system to meet the following requirement or for a purchasing agent. Create and post purchase document including purchase receipt lines. Do not allow agents to read general GL account or bank balances. restrict access to view GL account amounts, and ensure the purchasing agent can select GL codes and purchase documents. So you need to restrict access. So that will be a drag and drop, so that will be the answer area next to that, and you need to select these from here and drop on the other side. So it's asking what do you do with that. So the correct answer I found shows select the permission set that you want to modify first, and then remove page permission for chart of accounts, entries, and GL account card, and assign the permission set to user. So basically you need to deal with the permissions to restrict the person from these 3-4 whatever it is. 65, a company uses Dynamics 365 Business Center. You're recording income payments from customers. You must record a payment of 500 customer to 2030 with a posting date of November 16, 2022. The payment must be recorded against bank account number 1010 with a GL account number 10100. You need to calculate the cash receipt journal batch in Business Center to properly record the incoming payment to a bank account. So you'll have a drop down list again. So the account type, what account type will be, that's the answer. So the account type will take it as a customer, and then account number will be taken as a 2030, and the amount I might be choosing $500, and then balance account type will be from these 3 options. Sorry, these are 3 options. Segregated so you can understand that. So these are all drop down lists, so you click here and select it, and that will be bank account, and the last option will be account balance account number will be 1010. That. A company records vendor wise item descriptions. You need to set up vendor specific description for item. What should you do? You select option C, item cross references. A furniture manufacturing company is creating a new item, creating new items in Dynamics 365 Business Central. Company currently searches for product by material, color, and size. You must expand the search capability for the item. Not all the items will have the same searchable characteristics. Some new search characteristics may need to be added. Okay, so you need to configure that, and each correct answer is worth 1 point. So that'll be requirement and features. As I said, it will be a drop down list again. So identify search criteria. So how you gonna identify? You're gonna identify through the attributes, item attributes. Recommend new search criteria. So it can be image analyzer, and it can be another option as well, but we selected image analyzer here. It's very hard to find these options like that, because mostly it's in the theory as well. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central. The company has 3 sites. The company needs to track inventory separately for each site. You need to configure the system to meet the requirement. And where would that be? That would be at the location from all these, because the location is an important part in Business Central. I'm going very fast just because I don't want to make a long video, so it can be very boring. Our company operates from India. The company procure material from Sweden. You need to set up invoice discount tab for a vendor based in Sweden. So with 3 options, so you're gonna select 3 options. Currency code is set up to price. Is wrong. Let me just check. Yes, these 2 are wrong, and the correct answer is CDE. That would be discount percentage, starting date, and minimum quantity. You probably need to double check this question again. A company configures special prices for a combination of an item number and a vendor. You need to configure optional criteria of special pricing to calculate the best price for the combinations. So the option would be B, C, and D. Yeah. You're implementing Dynamics 365 Business Central for a customer who has two warehouses. I like these kind of questions. The customer requires the following: different item pricing and vendor setup for items in each warehouse. Second one is transaction tied to a specific location. So you get these options. You need to probably the checkboxes there, so you need to checkbox whichever you want. And explanation shows inventory setup, average cost, calculation type, item, variant, location. So inventory setup, that one. Create stock keeping units to save the unit cost, yeah. And create location to allow different locations. So answers there. You're implementing the D65 while Dynamics 365 is you create items for infinite items such as water, electricity, and natural gas that are used in manufacturing processes. And you need to select one of these options. So these all are obviously you can just tell are non-inventory items. So basically these are your bills, so you can't put into resources or inventory or service. So that's the option left. Company use Dynamics 365 Business Central. Customer requests that the company always use their preferred shipping provider for all sales order. You need to configure the system to meet the requirement. So define a shipping agent. You'll find this in my videos as well. You're implementing 365 Business Center for a customer. The customer wants to manually add many similar items. You need to help the customer create copies of existing items. So you need to select one of these. And these are the options you can read yourself and obviously do yourself. Drag and drop. Okay. Which item type should be used? You need to create items. So that will be drag and drop. The item may be transferred between locations. So obviously it will be inventory only that will be transferred from location A to location B. So you get your four options here. This is the part of this: inventory, non-inventory, and service. Inventory only, non-inventory, service only. Second one says the item can be used in assembly consumption, but the quantity is not tracked. So that'll be non-inventory because we don't want to track the quantity. Item will be used in sales transactions, so that will be the first option. It can be inventory, it can be non-inventory, or service as well. Right, you receive comprehensive price list from the customer. The customer wants you to set up the best price feature for sales by using standard discount and pricing functionality in Business Central. Which three option would you choose? We chose BDE, so you can explore why we chose that. Right, so you're setting up a new company for a customer. The customer wants to sell items in boxes and pallets, but refer to the items as prices or pieces. Each box contains 12 pieces, each pallet contains 144. So we selected C. Create pieces as a base unit of measure, add box as an item unit of measure with the quantity per unit set to 12. 12 quantity, yeah. And then we create the pallets. Yeah, that's correct. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central. Vendor needs to use default warehouse location invoice a different vendor for a purchase order. You need to configure the system to meet the requirement. So the vendor needs to use a default excuse me, default warehouse location and invoice different vendor. Normally it's kind of drop shipping as well. So the configuration shows configure the default receiving warehouse. That'll be a drop down list again. So you should select location code, configure the invoice address. That'll be vendor number, pay, and vendor on the invoices first tab. Drag and drop again. So you set up a sales module for a company. The manager provides you with the company's sales price list. The correct net price for products must display when the sales team creates sales order. So that'll be setup scenario, and that'll be setup. You gonna put, obviously you're gonna drag these and put in front of these, whichever is correct. The company offers different discounts for different item types. So that'll be the sales line discounts. Obviously, if it's sales, then it'll be different offers, or offers always normally it's sales. When you go to the market, even during any festive period, you will see the offer. So that'll be the sales line discounts. Loyal customers are rewarded with additional discount when a certain sales amount on an order is reached. That'll be customer invoice, because that's specific to the customer. And certain customers receive special prices for a certain amount of time. That'll be for everyone, so that means that's normal sales prices. Question 80, you're setting up a new company. The customer wants to understand the structure of elements involved in inventory posting. You need to describe the relationship between elements in a basic inventory setup, and you need to describe that. That's how you describe it. That'll be the list there. You need to go which one comes first, which one comes second and third. So item comes first, and item ledger entries, and then you go value entries. Question 81, drag and drop down list again. You create a new item in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. You need to configure item settings. Which item settings should you use? Item must be interchangeable. So that'll be option C, substitutes. Multiple characteristics can be assigned to an item. That'll be attributes. I mean, if you just read this question, you will understand most of them. It's like a common sense one as well. Items may be grouped and arranged. So that would be B, item categories, and different location. Different locations may be replenished in different ways. That would be option C, stock keeping units. So it's quite simple answers. Question, sorry. Drag and drop again. You set a new item in Dynamics 365 Business, and the item is a tangible code feed with an inventory asset value. The item is acquired by purchase specifically for each new instance of demand from an order. You need to configure that. So item type, replenishment system, and recording policy. So our type will be probably inventory from these all. Replenishment system is obviously purchase, and reordering policy will be orders. Double check these answers again, please. It can be different as well, but this is the more precise one we got. Our company uses Dynamics 365 Business, and our customer wants to sell items that are not normally counted in the company. So that is non-inventory, as the question says, not normally counted in the company warehouse. Sorry. So if it's not counted in the warehouse, that's no inventory. So that's no service. So it will be last option will be non-inventory items. Company sells and service landscaping equipment. The company wants to calculate an item sales unit price based on a float profit rate of 20%. So you need to adjust the item unit price. What are two options? Two options are D and E we've got. So you can check D and E yourself and explore about it. Drag and drop again. A company is replacing their current solution with Dynamics 365 users. And during the user acceptance testing, you identify several gaps in the solution. You must add new functionality to the accounts receivable role center to allow order entry clerk to view the number of sales orders that they have created for the month to date. Clerks must be able to move the new role center element to another position on their interface. Account receivable clerks each have a specific order in which they enter sales order date. You must optimize the order entry process of these users. So these are the options, feature requirement, and then obviously you need to drag and drop in from that. Display the number of sales orders created for the date. Yeah. or for the due date. That'll be the designer. Second one, optimize the order entry screen for users. So that's personalization. It's very clear. You can do that. Because settings for something else and advanced settings, I don't know if there is advanced setting or not. It's only in settings. A company uses Dynamics 365 Business Central. You need to create filters for larger entries. That'll be the drag and drop again, I think, because you need to drag these and put it there. Create a filter for a list and save the filter for later use. So that'll be the views. Filter list, add filter on specific field to reduce the number of displayed records. That will be the filter list by, and the modifier dimension that fluence calculations. So whole calculation will be always the total one. Company is using Dynamics 365. You manually import bank transactions daily. You need to streamline operations and implement automated processes that connect banks with the Dynamics 365 Business Central. So you need two options: extensions and app source. That's major in Business Central. So because you need to have extensions to extend the functionality, and you can use different sources for apps to attach to the Business Central as well. Drag and drop. Company use Dynamics 365. You need to configure the system for new customer. So you can drop and drag and drop again. So first one says the requirement specify the layouts that will be used for different types of documents that you create or for a customer. And there'll be documents layout, and this is the second one. Configure the preferred document sharing method for customer. That's 100% document sending profile. So you set up sending profile for the customer, what kind of communication method they want to use. So that's preferred, that's customer preferred document sharing method, email or whatever, like call or whichever you want to do. Okay, drag and drop again. You need to, okay, you complete payment registration setup. The following options are enabled. Use this account as default. Autofill date received. You need to process single full payment from a customer against amount due for 2 invoices by using customer payment registrations. Right. So that's the question given and answer. You have to drag and drop in a hierarchy in a proper manner. So first of all, you open payment registration, select the payment made option for the lines that represent the first invoice, and then you do the second invoice, and then you select the lump sum payment because it's two invoices, so you select lump sum payment after that. You need to configure Dynamics 365 Business Central to allow for receipt of quantity, so item creator then the quantity order, and that's option C, and D we selected, so you can double check it. Drag and drop again. That's a very common question in Business Central exam. You have multiple unpaid posted purchase invoices to reverse. Some invoices require complete reversal while others need partial reversal. You need to process credit memos from the posted purchase invoice page. What do? So automatically create and post a corrective purchase credit memo to avoid the initial posting purchase invoice. That's always because you correcting it. So that will be the correct one. Second one is enable user to manually post credit memos. So obviously they're going to cancel it, and obviously they're going to do it because create and post a credit memo to reverse the post purchase invoice. Third one is create a new purchase invoice to replace a cancelled one. So create corrective. Well, this even the sentence shows that what option you just select. So you need to create corrective credit memo. Right, that's the end of part 7, and the next video will be for part 8. Thanks for watching. Please do double check your answers before going to the exam. Prepare well. You need to have experience on Business Central to learn, and obviously to pass the exam. Passing just the exams is nothing. You won't learn much with just passing the exams. You can pass from here. So just make sure you learn everything. Simple way would be probably, if you're new, just spend an hour a day. So at least it's 7 hours a week and 30 hours a month. So instead of watching other videos or TikTok and blah blah blah, just utilize your time in a positive way so you can learn something. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.